Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you've been around for a while, you know that I've been someone who's been pretty open about dealing with mental health issues, anxiety and all that. I used to be someone who had panic attacks and anxiety attacks constantly. I would say almost every single day. And throughout the years, I've learned how to stop and manage them when it gets really bad, and also implementing things into my daily habits that allow me to have a better quality of life and keep me from spiraling back into that place. I've noticed that when I don't follow these things, I catch myself wondering why I feel like crap, basically. And yeah, so these things have helped. Oh my god, I think I speak Spanish so much on my day-to-day that when I go back to speaking English, my tongue feels so heavy. Anyways, yeah, these things keep me sane. So without further ado, I hope these things do help you in your journey. Let me know what are some things that help you guys out. Maybe it could help somebody else in the comments. So yeah, let's start with the daily habits. This usually starts off with cleaning my space or whatever it is that I can manage to do with the remainder of my day. I don't want to wake up the next morning and feel overwhelmed with maybe like things that I have left out. I want to have a fresh start. Having a decluttered environment and area around you really does help you feel less suffocated and maybe less of a failure. And honestly, just a little bit more put together. The first thing I want to try to do is to get outside. I feel like when I'm locked indoors, I'm just like on my phone and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I'm just overstimulated with everything that I'm seeing. I start to feel very buzzy and like I have to explode this energy. And my mental health does get worse because I feel like I allow myself to spiral into these negative thoughts. I'm seeing everybody live their life. People are honestly sharing the highlights. It really doesn't help your case. So whether that's going outside, going for a walk, riding your bike, putting your feet on grass, any way that you can connect back with nature. I know not everybody has like a beach. In my case, I feel like whenever I do spend at least 10-15 minutes outside in the sun, it really does help boost my energy and my mood. And when you're in a bad mood, you can't think properly to find solutions to whatever problem might be causing this anxiety. Also, getting that movement does allow you to get more tired. When it's time to go to bed, you really don't have time to be thinking about all these problems that pop up. You just go right to sleep. I feel like it sets you up to start like a new cycle of going to bed maybe a little bit earlier, waking up a little bit earlier, so on and so forth. Life can feel repetitive and boring when you're doing the same things every single day, like going to work, worrying about bills, and going between your palms like back and forth. And life is a lot more than just that. We need third spaces to do things that we actually enjoy. We literally make time for everything else. We make time to sit on our phone and scroll for hours, basically looking for that hit of dopamine. If we can find time to do that, you can schedule in time to do things that you actually enjoy. And it could be literally anything. It could be trying out a new recipe that you saw on TikTok and you never actually get around to doing it. It could be doing a puzzle. It could be reading a book. It could be going to that community ceramics class that you've had your eye on. I promise it makes life feel a lot more fun, and it gives you something to be excited about, something to look forward to, and it keeps your mind busy. I only find myself doing this when I feel terrible, but I should do it even when I don't. Right. Journaling. This in the long run helped me so much. Sometimes you have no idea why it is that you have anxiety, but 9 times out of 10, there's usually something that's going on in your subconscious that's triggering it. And sometimes you've had anxiety for so long because something triggered it once upon a time. It almost becomes a habit for your body to feel in flight or fight mode. I learned that the adult you today reacts and behaves a certain way because of some learned mechanism that you might have picked up along the way, sometimes as your child self. And maybe something happened, but you never actually got to the root of it. You kind of just put a band-aid on it and kept going, and now you are the way you are. Now this is a tougher job, but like digging into those deeper wounds, asking yourself those deeper questions, and kind of opening up that whole world of figuring out where this is stemming from, it allows you to connect the dots. But once you figure it out, it really allows you to see that you do have control and it's okay to feel. Another thing is being surrounded by good people, and people that have like a good energy is always something very beautiful because I feel like it feeds you instead of draining you. I also learned that everything has energy, and so when I'm feeding into the negative thoughts and into that negative frequency, it's not about this toxic positivity, but trying to not see everything so negative During those dark times, I like to listen to a 432 hertz frequency. I could do this in the shower, in the morning, before going to bed. I try to change the narrative in my mind where instead of thinking like, oh my god, everything's going wrong, oh my god, I suck, I try to find positive affirmations to tell myself and set intentions and challenge those like negative words that I'm telling myself. When anxiety is caused by something that is outside of you, maybe because of a certain circumstance, this might be a spiritual take, but I find myself meditating and journaling a lot, especially on full moons. I feel like there's something very special about the energy in the air. Anxiety is about wanting to have control over everything. I'm trying to view life as different stages. So maybe writing what it is that you want, getting your feelings out, getting your thoughts out, and just letting it go. And trusting that whatever happens next is supposed to. Trusting that the universe or God or whoever it is that you might believe in will lead you to the best possible outcome. I feel like everything has contracts, and when something leaves your life, it's because that contract is over. You're making space for new ones. Feel what you must, process, analyze it, and just let it go. This might sound crazy, but an anxiety coloring book. I can't tell you how many times this has saved me. I'll play some music I love that isn't too overstimulating, but maybe it's something with some lyrics that I can subconsciously follow along. The first couple of minutes, I'll think that it's not gonna work, and it always does. I've done this when I feel like it's over for me, and before I know it, I'm not dizzy anymore and I've regulated my breath. Stepping outside or trying to feel some fresh air, taking my shoes off and wiggling my toes, and focusing on the sensation of what each body part is feeling from my toes all the way to my head. It allows me to pay close attention to me and my surroundings. I have an oil that I carry in my bag, and whenever I feel one coming on, I apply some in my hands, rub it together, and I breathe in deeply. And with this, I start drawing imaginary squares. So I'll draw one line when I take a deep breath in, hold for 4 seconds. As I exhale out, I'll draw another line and continue until I complete the square. And before I know it, I've stopped hyperventilating. I'll remove myself from overstimulating noise and people, and I'll find a corner to be alone and work with my mind and challenge it back. If we believe the negative words that we say that aren't true, why can't we believe the good ones as well? If it's a reoccurring theme, I'll write out answers so when I feel like this again, I can win the argument in my head and remind myself why all the things I'm telling myself aren't true. So I won't tell you exactly what to tell yourself, because again, that will be catered personally to what it is that you think and what goes through your head when you have anxiety. That really does help a lot as well. Anyways, I hope that this helped out someone. I hope that some of these tips might have been useful for you. That is all I have for today. I will see you guys in my next video.